Adonai Elohechem. לדור ודור הוא קיים ושמו קיים בכיסון הכל ומלכותו ואמונתו עד קיים. Did anyone happen to notice our word for the day again? Our word for the day is einayin. Eyes. Ayin, one eye. In the first paragraph, 113, what? It's got,
yeah. Well, I see it in English, not led astray by your eyes.
Well, that's a good start. So the Hebrew line is velo taturu, and you shouldn't be led astray. Acharei levavchem, after your heart. The acharei einechem, your eyes. Einechem, your eyes. So again, eyes are very important. Sometimes they'll lead us on the right way, and sometimes they can lead us on the wrong way. But anyways, that's our Hebrew word for the day. Ayin einechem. Let's continue the last line on page 113. Emet she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Malkeinu Melech Avotenu Kol Aleinu Koel Avotenu Yosreinu Sur Yeshuaseinu Odenu Masileinu Me'olam Shemecha Ein Elohim Zulatecha Ezrat Avotenu Yitzchak, can you lead us in the Michanocha? In the middle of the page, and then we'll continue and then go into the Amidah together on 115b after that. Shikugilim Shikasman Hayam Yachak Kulam Hodavihim Lichu V'Amru Adonai Imo V'Olam Bareh Sur Yisrael Ku'am Ezat Yisrael U'nei Yulecha Yehuda veYisrael Go Aleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avosseinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah El HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah El Elyon Gomer Chasodim Tovim Bekonei HaKol Zocher Chazdei Ohoz Umevik El Yivnei Bneihem Leman Shelo B'Yahad Melech Ozer Mashiach U'Malei Baruch atah Adonai Magin Avraham Ufakei Tzavah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai B'chayei Mesim Alav Shriach Mechaker Chayim B'chesed B'chayei Mesim B'rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim V'rofei Chaolim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunosom Lishenei Afar Yichamoch Abal Yeruchot Umidor Melach Umasmiach Yeshua B'ne'eman Atalachayot Beiti Baruch atah Adonai Mechayei Hametim Amen 116 Nekadesh et Shimcha Ba'olam Hashem Shemati Shimoto B'Shem Maro Kakavtu Hayad Yedicha V'Karan Zeh Kadosh 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 Adonai Tzvaot Melech Kol Haaretz Kevod Adonai Rash Gadol Adir Chazak Mashpin Kol Nisim Masrafim V'Lumasam Baruch Yomeinu Baruch Kevod Adonai B'Yom Amon Yikatziah V'Tzimloch Aleinu Kinekachim Anachnu Lach Matzatzimo V'Tzion V'Kavod Yameinu L'Olam V'Et Yishron Tizkar V'Tizkar V'Tzoch Yerushalayim Yircha Einu
נצחים, קדושת הקדיש, קדושת הקדיש. לשבחך אלוהינו, ולדינו לא יבוש, לעולם לעולם ועד.
דור ודור,
דור ודור,
דור ודור,
דור ודור, דור ודור, נגיד God לך.
דור ודור,
דור ודור,
דור ודור,
דור ודור, דור ודור, נגיד God לך. יהיה מלך גדול, גדול וקדוש, גדול וקדוש אתה. כי יהיה מלך גדול, גדול וקדוש, גדול וקדוש אתה.
אל הקדוש הקדוש.
אמן. ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, במענס חלקו. כי אבן נאמן, כי אבן נאמן, כל עשו. Kelir tiferet, leroshon hafsata. Yismach Moshe b'ma'ana, Yismach Moshe b'ma'ana, Yismach Moshe b'ma'ana, b'ma'ana chelko. ואמור לפניך על הר סיני, ושני לוחות עוונים אורים בידו. ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, במענס חלקו. וכעסו בהם שמירה שבת, לכל פרופוז לכן עטו בתורתך. ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, ישמח משה במענה, במענה שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, דור נוסף לישראל. ויהיו הם בני ישראל ולעולמי עולם, כי ששמיים עשה אדוני חיים בארץ.
Page 138. Ikara Vikara Shemei Rabba Yamadi Rafim Tevim Nechmachu Tevachai Chonum Yomechon Chayei Lechol Beit Yisrael Ba'Galam Zman Kari V'Yimeru Amen Yehesh Shmei Rabba Mevorah V'Olam Olam Richu Le'elam Kol B'Chatav Shiratat V'Shvachatav V'Nechamatat Daviman V'Amad V'Yimeru Amen Tikabal Sultan Vatam B'Chol Yisrael Karamam V'Shmai V'Yimeru Amen Yehesh Shlamar Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael V'Yimeru Amen Oseh Shalom B'Mama Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael V'Yimeru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mama Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael V'Yimeru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu V'Chol Yisrael. I think we're warmed up. Let's continue with the service. We're taking the Torah out of the ark. Steve, would you do us the honors? Let's stand as we prepare to take the Torah out of the ark.
Ein kamoka b'Elohim Adonai, Yinemasecha,
Malchus Lecha, Malchus Kohanim, U'Neshatecha B'Chol Dor V'Dor, Adonai Elohim, Adonai Malach, Adonai Imo, V'Olam Va'ed, Adonai Tzachon Yitei, Adonai Barein V'Zamo Avrahami, V'Tiva V'Soncha Etzion, Tivnei Chamot Yerushalayim, Tivnei Chamot Yerushalayim, Kirecha Me'avatavnu, Melech Elom V'Yisrael Adonai.
Aaron, Vayomer Moshe,
Adonai, V'yachusu olecha, V'yanusu misanecha, mipanecha, Ki Mitzyon tetzei Torah, Ki Mitzyon tetzei Torah, U'le'ad Adonai Yerushalayim, Baruch Shem Atah
140, the 6th line.
Baby on a rocket,
Ishe Kadisha, Kadisha Yakira, Ana Eman to Stefan, Be'ana Rafes, Be'ana Rafes, Ishe Kadisha, Kadisha Yakira, Ana Eman to Stefan,
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Kadosh Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Adonai Iti, Umeramama Shema Yatat.
Echad Adonai Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Tiferet, Netzach v'ma'od, Ki kol hashamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki kol hashamayim u'ba'aretz.
Let's be seated. Moses' discourse continues in this week's Torah portion. It's the Torah portion Akev. It's on page 1048. 1048 in our Humashim, starting with verse 12. And it's kind of interesting to look at what are the different emotions that God is asking from us in this Torah portion. ויעזור בגין לכל החוסים בו ואמר אמן, הכל פתור גדול הנה קבלו לתורה.
Yamod, Svi, Svi ben Yehuda HaKohen.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. ואתה ישראל, מה אדוני אלוהיך שואל מעמך, כי אם ירא את אדוני אלוהיך ללכת בכל דרכיו ולאהבה אותו, ולעבוד את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך, לשמור את מצוות אדוני ואת חוקותיו, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום לטוב לך. הן לאדוני אלוהיך השמיים ושמי השמיים, הארץ וכל אשר בה. רק באבותיך חשק אדוני לאהבה אותם, ויבחר בזרעם אחריהם בכם מכל העמים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Yes, you go. Don't go away, don't go away. Okay. The next Amidah, by the way, we'll notice a couple of phrases that will probably be very familiar. In verse 17, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor B'Hanora. We heard that anywhere before? Like in the Amidah just a few minutes ago? That's where it comes from. Oh yeah, you're right. There's a lot of resonance here.
Yamod Levi Nitzabat Menachem Uvadia. Oh, I said yeah. Sorry.
Steve. That's gonna be the next. ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed.
ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים, ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen. Umasem et orlad levachem, v'arpechem lo takshu od. Ki Adonai Elohechem hu Elohei Elohim v'Adonai ha'adonim, ha'el hagadol hagibor v'hanora, asher lo yisach anim v'lo yikach shochad. Oseh mishpat yatom v'ah, ve'ohem ger לתת לו לחם ושמלה, ואהבתם את הגר, כי גרים הייתם בארץ מצרים.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Amen.
Amen.
Yes, you got it.
You're the policeman.
Basara. Baruch et Adonai Hamparah. Baruch Adonai Hamparah Le'olam Vayed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karbanu mikol ha'amim ונתן לנו את תורתו. baruch atah Adonai נותן התורה.
Amen. Et Adonai Elohecha tira oto ta'avod ubo tibak ubishmo tishabeha hu tihiracha v'hu Elohecha asher asa otcha et hagdolot v'et hanorot ha'ele asher ra'u einecha v'shivim nefesh yardu avotecha mitzrayma ve'ata samcha Adonai Elohecha kechofei hashamayim la'arot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher koach.
יעמוד רביעי, מיכאל בן נוח ברח אליה.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Vayed.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Vayed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'karbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu es Torato b'rosh Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'shamarta mishmarto v'chukotav v'mishpatav v'mitzvotav kol hayamim v'datem hayom ki lo et b'nechem asher lo yadu v'asher lo ra'u et musar Adonai Elohechem et golo et yado hachazaka uzro'o hanetuya ve'et ototav ve'et ma. No. We good? Okay. Ve'et ma'asav asher asa b'toch Mitzrayim Lefaro melech Mitzrayim ulechol arzo.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam notan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen.
Yasher koach.
Rabbi, question. Why in the, it's inside, it's like a poem from this sentence until.
Yes. Take thought this day that it was not your children, neither who expressed or witnessed the lesson of the Lord your God. So now, what this insert, the way it's here, although it's not written in the Torah this way, by the way, it's still the regular book. But why they did it here, because now they're explaining what the lesson is. That the adults experienced, who went through Sinai and went through everything, but the children did not experience. So this is going to be like a laundry list of what Bnei Israel experienced that their children did not have first-hand experience of, and that it's important for the parents to hand on to the children. Good question.
Yamor. No. Chamishi. Yamor Chamishi. Yehuda. Bat. Yehudi, sorry. Not a good name. It's my name, so I should remember it.
Shalom
Shalom. Henya?
Baruch Hu Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. Va'asher asa lechel Mitzrayim u'lesusav u'richbo asher heitziv et mei yam tzuf al pneihem berodvam achareihem vayiradem Adonai ad hayom hazeh va'asher asa lachem bamidbar ad bo'achem ad hamakom hazeh va'asher asa ledatan u'aviram b'nei Eliyav ben Ruben asher pasta haaretz et piha v'tiv la'em ve'et vatehem ve'et ohalehem ve'et kol hayikum asher beradlehem ve'kerev kol Yisrael.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'chayei Olam Laka B'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah.
Amen. Yashikol.
We are on page 1051, verse 7.
Time for a motion.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very good. And especially it's time because if we look on verse 7 and we look at the second word, what does it say? Einechem. Your eyes, the word for the day. Did we know it was going to be here so often? No. Did I know it was going to be the word for the day? No.
All goes in me.
In your honor.
Yeah, that's so this is Vishebeirach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak V'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Leah Hu Yivarech V'Yirapeh Et
Daniel ben Sarah, Shalom ben Goldberg.
Eileen Kleberg, Robert Coleman, Tom Hazen.
Joanna Yaz.
So final with
No, Shalom.
Shalom Ben
No, Shalom ben Goldberg.
Shalom Ben
Goldberg.
Where was final? Is there somewhere?
That's mine. That's not for me. I'm not giving it for myself.
Oh no, I am. I'm
Oh, okay.
giving
Final
it.
Shalom.
Final Shalom
Ben Wachalayim.
Ben Rachel.
Jamie Eisenstock, Eileen Billington, Karen, and Vadim Eisenstock.
or moving.
ואת כל החולים בקהילה הקדושה הזאת, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם לחזיקם ולרפאותם, וישלח להם רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף, בתוך שאר כל ישראל שבתיני לזעוק, ורפואה קרבה לבוא, השלמה גלה בזמן קריב ונאמר, Amen. May the one who bless our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bring blessing and healing to all those who are ill within our congregational family. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of spirit and a healing of body, together with all those who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all those who are ill be surrounded by the love of their friends, their loving companions, their families, and their community, and let us say,
Amen.
Amen.
Yamod Shishi Yitzchak ben Abraham Basara.
if you want to leave it. Okay. Remind you guys. Oh, okay.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvarach. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Ki einechem haro'ot et kol ma'aseh Adonai hagadol asher asa ushmartem et kol hamitzvah asher anochi mitzavcha hayom leman techesku uvatem birishtem et haaretz asher atem ovrim shama l'rishta uleman tarichu yamim al ha'adama asher nishba Adonai lavotechem latet lahem ulezaram eretz zavat chala u'mirash.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chaye olam nata b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Yes, Korach.
Yamod Shvi'i Shoshana.
Bat Chana V'Dov.
By Hannah Bedov.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen. Ki haaretz asher ata bashama l'rishta lo ke'eretz Mitzrayim hi asher yitzatem misham asher tizrach et zaracha v'hishkita v'ragecha kegan hayarot v'haaretz asher atem עוברים שמה ארץ הרים ובקעות, ממטר השמיים תשתה מים. ארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך דורש אותה תמיד, עיני אדוני אלוהיך מראשית השנה ועד אחרית השנה.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Oh, really? Sorry. I'll do it together.
All right.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
ויאמר יברח ירוסי וימליך מלכותי.
וחייקום יומך וחיי בארץ ישראל. בגולה ובזמן קריב ימרו אמן. ישמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעולם ימיה
יתברך וישבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה
בריחו
לילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה
תושבחה ונעמתה גם ירם ביומה. Amen.
I should go.
Yamon Maftir. Shalom ben Yitzchak Vizakaya.
They're on page 1051 at the bottom, verse 10.
Orchu et Adonai Hamorah. Baruch Adonai Hamorah Me'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher barka banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
כי הארץ אשר אתה בא שמה לרשתה, לא כארץ מצרים, הוא אשר יצאתם משם, אשר תזרע את זרעך, והשקית ברגליך כגן הירוק, והארץ אשר אתם עוברים שמה לרשתה, ארץ הרים ובקעות, למטר השמיים תשתה מים, ארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך דורש אותה תמיד, עיני אדוני אלוהיך בה מראשית השנה ועד אחרית שנה.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nafta b'shulchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Good, we're good. Oh, by the way, Judy had a request for a new song after we sing the Zot HaTorah. So I don't know what it is, but we'll find out. do it, or up here, if you want to come up here for when we sing it, whatever you want to do first, yeah.
Would you like to be Galila? Would you like to be Galila?
Sure.
And then you can sing it. Yamod Chagba Yitzchak. V'tamod Galila Yudhidi.
It's gonna be hard for us not to go right into that, so we'll have to. Please rise.
Torah Hashem Moshe Livnei Bnei Yisrael Yad Moshe. Shamayim va'aretz Ezri Me'im Hashem Oseh Shamayim va'aretz Esayinai El Heharim Me'ayin Me'ayin Yavo Ezri Esayinai El Heharim Me'ayin Me'ayin Yavo Ezri.
Very good. Note how she got the word Einai. Very good. Let's continue on page 151 with the Ashrei Shoshana is going to lead us.
I'm gonna do this the old way we used to do it, because it's one of my favorite prayers. Ashrei Yoshvei Veitecha, Od Yehalalucha Selah.
Ashrei Ashrei Chalo, Ashrei
Tehillah leDavid, Arumimcha Eloi HaMelech, Va'amarcha Shimcha le'olam va'ed.
V'chol yom avotecha, Shimcha le'olam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai le'olam me'od, v'ligdulato ein cheker.
Godol Yisrael Ma'asecha, U'Gvurotecha Yagidu.
Hadar kevod hodecha, v'divrei nivlaotecha asicha.
V'yetzucha Sachayomeinu, U'Gvurotecha Asafayah.
Zecherav tucha yabiu, v'tzidkatecha yiranenu.
Chaynu b'lachom Adonai, Chaynu b'chased.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamo v'al ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai b'ma'asecha, v'chasidecha yibarechucha.
Kevod malchutcha yomeru, u'gvuratecha yedaberu.
V'hodia l'bnei Adam ratzah, v'lo kadam ma'chusahu.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'memshaltecha b'chol dor v'dor.
Somech Adonai l'chol ha'kofim, v'sosotef l'chol ha'kfufim.
Einei, oy lecha yisaveru, v'ata noten lahem et achlam be'ito.
Oseach et yadecha, u'matzilech b'chol ratzon.
Tzadik Adonai b'chol drachav, v'chasid b'chol ma'asav.
Ko'el l'chol asher יקראו emes.
Ritzon yireyav ya'aseh, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם.
שומר אדוני את כל העם, וכל הרשעים ישמיד.
תהילת בשר שם קדשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך מעתה ועד עולם.
Let's invite the Gabbaim back up to open the ark as we stand and continue on page 153.
יהללו את שם אדוני כי נשגב שם לבדו.
הודו הארץ ושמיים, וירם כהרם בעמו, תהילה לכל חסידיו, לבני ישראל יקראו. הללויה, הללויה.
מזמור לדוד.
Havu Adonai b'nei Elim, Havu Adonai kadosh, Havu Adonai b'nei Shemo, Ishtachavu Adonai ve'adras kodesh.
Kol Adonai al hamar, el hakavod irim Adonai al mayim rabim.
Adonai shomer ha'arazim, Adonai etzarse al-Gad. Adonai tzarse al-Esh, Kol Adonai yad, Kol Adonai yehol yadayalom.
ויחן סוף יערות ובהיכלו.
Hallelujah, Hashem, Yeshem, Adonai, Le'olam, Yom Yiten, Adonai, Yifroret, Eretz Amo.
כי לקח טוב נתתי לכם, טוב נתתי אל תעזובו.
Etz Chaim hi, למחזיקים בו,
So let's take a look at the Torah reading briefly. So the first, page 1048. So, someone want to read just the first sentence, verse 12, just that.
And now, O Israel, what does the Lord your God demand of you? Only this, to revere the Lord your God, to walk only in God's paths, to love God and to serve the Lord your God with all your heart and soul.
Great, thank you. All right, so if that was the only sentence, which is not, I admit, but if that were the only sentence about what we're asked to do, what do you see in it? What are the key things it's asking for?
To walk in God's paths, to love God, and to love God, to all your being.
Very good, except you skip one. What's the
Revere.
linear
Yeah.
and it's translated as to revere, which is a nice way to translate it. Yirah means fear. Fear. Yamin Noraim, which we translate as days of awe, are days of fear. We're worried. Are we going to be around next year? What's going to happen? The uncertainty of life. Yeah.
And because just happened something so tragic in Israel, and it's, all the time, it's bringing back when he said, who will die from fire and who will die from this, and it's so horrible for me in the high holiday. And just happened that the rabbi with his two kids went out for war and was a bomb, and she died, the girl, 70 years old. The boy is in a very critical condition, and he is in the hospital, but he's okay. And you think to yourself, if just the holiday is coming, and a rabbi, he just got the award because he helped so many people. So just a few months ago, got the award, and this is the award that his daughter died, 17 years old. So it's so scary to me that.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I'm sorry.
No. Lisa, thank you for sharing. That's a real response. And so, to love and to fear.
When Nietzsche brings that up, I can't help thinking about the postman in Long Meadow who was filling in that day and
Yeah, the accident that happened 2 days ago.
he was killed. It was sort of crazy.
That doesn't feel as bad as what Lisa said, though, because it was an accident. It wasn't someone did it. It wasn't a murder.
But still a lot of love and still, it's yeah. So, it's interesting to me how it was translated to revere, but we really got it, and we, immediately I think our hearts are going out to what Lisa said, what Steve said, I mean, it touches a nerve. So I guess I wanted to ask, as we prepare for the Yamin Noraim, and it is on our minds, we're asked both to fear and to love. In the same sentence, we're asked both to fear the Lord your God and to love God. And so
So this is what the rabbi said. He said this will make us stronger. Because they interviewed the rabbi when he came back to.
Yeah.
And he said, this will make us stronger. I don't know how you can get stronger when you lose a child.
Yeah. So how about for us? I mean, what do we resonate more to, or how do we deal with? I don't know if love and fear are totally opposite, but they sure don't always go together. How do we, or maybe they do? How do we reconcile these things? That's what I'm asking, Rich.
Well, I've really had to confront this issue for myself recently.
Look at all the legends.
Oh, sorry, I've really had to confront this for myself, and I think everybody can reference it in a different way, at a different time in their life. Pretty vague in life for me, but nonetheless, you have to confront that life is uncertain and that it might be risky to do some of the things that you really love, be at places you really love, and which would you rather do nothing, live in fear, or not live in fear and live until you die. I mean, most of us won't know in advance how we're going to die. And that would be difficult in a different way, you know? So we're here with no assurances about much of anything. And we learn to live on that kind of tightrope. And most of us kind of don't want to look at it for most of the time, just ignore it. But when you do get really afraid and have to make the decision of, am I going on or not? Whether or not your fear is justified, doesn't really matter. But ultimately it's the same. Ultimately you're not going to be here at this certain. So, I mean, it's justified because you don't know where it went, but you've got to really get to it. And at that point, I read books on meditation, I read some other things, I my doctor, all these things. And I just you have to do it yourself. You have to wrestle with it yourself and just say, do I want to be isolated and alone and scared and not doing anything for the rest of my life? What kind of life is that? It's no life. Do I want to sort of die before I die? No. And then you have the courage to live. It's not very strong. It's just go about things without dwelling on it, which is quite similar to just ignoring it, but not quite. It's like you make that action to go out every day. And it gets easier. And you feel better about yourself.
And then
You feel like you're,
and then a lot of
Little
confidence
confidence.
really even stronger because you face.
yeah.
Yeah, I think, I'm resonating with what Rachel, what you're saying, and I'm looking at the text here, and as you were talking, it sort of stood out to me that the first thing is to revere or fear Lord your God. The second thing is walk in his paths. So it's kind of like you were saying, having that fear and then walking, like moving, and that God is laying out a path to move along. And then the third thing is love. So it seems like to me, and this has been sort of my experience, sort of similar to what you're talking about, sometimes I'm afraid, I don't want to go out into the world. But if I sort of start to take those steps and I start to walk, then I start to feel better, and then I think I can start to feel the love. And so it's interesting to me that it is in that order.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe if we didn't have the fear, we might not be able to serve God the whole about God, the whole nafshah.
It's always puzzled me how you can command someone to love. Like always from the time I read the Haftarah when I was in Hebrew, my parents loved my baby sister.
You really love her.
You raise a very important question, which is why I want us to read on, and maybe we'll get to your question. Let's go to verse 15 and the rest of the paragraph. Would someone read that?
Yet it was to your fathers that the Lord was drawn in his love for them, so that he chose you, their lineal descendants from among all people, as is now the case. Well,
Please, yeah, so to the end of the paragraph.
therefore, the thickening of your hearts and stiffen your necks no more. For the Lord your God is God supreme, and the Lord supreme, the great, the mighty, and the awesome God, who shows no favor and takes no bribe, but upholds the cause of the fatherless and the widow, and befriends the stranger, providing them with food and clothing. You too must befriend the stranger, for you are strangers in the land of Egypt.
Okay, thank you. So the reason I suggest this as a partial response, not answer, but a little bit of response to Judy's question is, it starts by reminding us, yet it was to your fathers that the Lord God had drawn in God's love for them. In other words, I don't know that we can be commanded to love, but if we can be put in touch with the love that we've experienced, if we feel that there's a connection of God with our people, with our ancestors, and with us, and we feel that love and experience that love, then it may be easier for us to return that love and to share that love. I think that's why before the Shema, where it says that you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, the whole page before it deals with Ahava Rabbah Ahavtanu, with great love that I, God, love you. So if we've experienced love and can be in touch with that love and treasure that love, then it's a more natural thing to wish to share that and to give that. But I agree with you. I don't know how we can be commanded love like that. But I think it's more than just a simple command. And the other thing the reason I wanted to, I hope that responds somewhat to you without a good answer, but at least that's a response. The second thing is, I was struck by what Steve just read, where it talks to God doesn't show favor, meaning or takes bribes to be with one over the other. God upholds the cause of the fatherless and the widow and befriends the stranger, providing them with food and clothing. Therefore, we must do those things. What I see is this part of the thing is really an explanation of what we read in the very first sentence, that God asks us to fear, but also to walk in God's ways. What are God's ways? These are God's ways. There are many, but these are some of the key ones that Moses highlights for us now. What are they? God needs to take a bribe. I mean, the whole idea of God that he bribes to me is like, God, but we might be tempted to take bribes. So God's way is not to take bribes, not to be moved out of the way of straight justice. God's way is to uphold the cause of those who have no one to stand up for them. In those days, that was the fatherless and the widow, and the stranger. And then, just like we can maybe be asked to love because we've experienced love, we can maybe ask also to take care of the stranger because we were strangers. And so maybe that's the fear part. We fear being strangers, and out of that fear, we can act in a way towards other strangers because we know what that's really like. And maybe we can love because hopefully out of our experience, we know what that's really like.
It's interesting because the things that you just pointed out as being God's way, in Shoftim, he comes back to it, and you get a further lengthy discourse on how all of this should be done. And so it's of vital importance as they're getting ready to cross into the land. You're no longer wanderers, you're no longer slaves, you're going to something I'm giving you.
Some people say that this part right here is one of the essential messages of the whole Torah. I mean, there are many messages of the Torah. I don't want to say there's only one. But I think if we want to focus on something, Yom Kippur for its awesomeness and scariness and everything else, but also just what do we call it? We're called upon to bring our whole selves, deal with our fears, express our love, but also to act. There's a mixture of all of that. And this points to some ways we can do it, and that I just find it very powerful. And I think it's a very powerful meditation as we prepare for the high holiday. We're 10 after 12, so I'm going to stop at this point. But I'm sort of. Let's channel Brielle for page 182. But maybe we'll do a different melody. So, because she. Enkeloheinu, Enkadoneinu, Enkemlokeinu, Enkemoshienu, Enkeloheinu, Enkadoneinu, Enkemlokeinu, Enkemoshienu, Michaeloheinu, 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 Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adoneinu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adoneinu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Adoneinu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shetiru, Avoteinu, Lefa, Esitores Hasamim, Aleinu L'Shabeach L'Adon HaKol, L'Tekidu L'Yotzei Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kirayeh HaRatzon, V'lo Samanu, Mishtochot Adonam, Shelo Sam Kelkeinu Kahem, V'gol Aleinu Kechol Hamonam, V'gol Gorim, U'Mishpachatim U'Modim, L'ifnei Melech, Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shehu Notei Shamayim v'yoseh haaretz, U'Moshe Kikaro b'shamayim ima'ah, U'shchinas Kutzo, B'garei Meronim, U'Eloheinu Enon, Emes Malkeinu Epetzuaso, Kakasu Betzoraso, V'yadato Hayom La'ashevosa Elokam Levecha, Ki Adonai Hu Elohim, B'shamayim ima'ah, v'ha'aretz nitachat Enon. Hakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed, v'ne'eman v'haya Adonai, v'melech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo This week we recall Reverend C. Gellert, Jenny Housen, Martin Ethel Lesnow, Maxwell Marshall, Neoma Sorkin, Rebecca Finkelstein, Bertha Greenman, Louis Halpern, Abner Wolkowski, Samuel Epstein, Amy Beth Levin, Toby Burstein, Tilly Burstein, Anna Jacobson, Eugene Halberstam, Rose Kaplinsky, William Radner, David Fox, Louis Costin, Bernard Ziff. Mourner's Kaddish, page 184. Yitgadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabba, Ve'alma, Yimbrach, Yerutei, Yamlich Malchutei, V'chayechon, V'yamechon, V'chaye, V'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, U'bizman Kariv, V'imru, Amen. V'yeshnei Rabba, V'barach, V'yalam, L'olei Almayo, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitahar, V'yitromam, V'yinaseh. V'yitadar, V'yitaler, V'yitalal, Shemei Tekudsha, Brichu. Le'ela, V'yinkol, Birchata, V'shirata, Tushbechata, V'nechemata, Ta'amiran, V'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehesh Lama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Romav, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Joan, announcements?
Shabbat Shalom, everybody, everyone here, everyone at home. Hope everybody's having a wonderful Shabbat. The first thing I guess that I wanted to correct is Bill Robbins' Yorkside is next week. I don't know how this got, well, I thought that I had replaced this with another paper. But, so we'll get to say it again next week. And there's no real problem with that. I just wanted to make a couple of important announcements. If someone has generously put some New Year's cards out on the table outside, okay, thank you. However, we don't want that to replace our New Year's card. So take some of those if you like, and they come with envelopes. And also be sure that you respond to the responses are really coming in quickly. But if you have not yet responded and you don't know what I'm talking about, please see me at the Kiddush so I can explain that the deadline for names coming in is another week or so there's plenty of time. Also, this past week, we launched a very short survey through email on our minions, our daily weekday minions. So we would very much like to have your opinions on that. It's not going to be an easy decision. Things are complicated, but many people have sent in some very interesting ideas. That we are serious, we meaning the religious committee, are considering and will consider. So please, if you have not answered that, or if you haven't seen it, I have some copies that I can give you today. Though snail mail copies were sent out last week also. So you may not receive those until tomorrow. The snail mail copies include stamp addressed envelopes for you to send them back. It's anonymous, we don't know who's sending them, so feel free to say whatever it is you like, feel free to use the whole paper, especially to the people at home that are not here, to remind them that they can just tell us what's on your mind. We want to hear from you. Also, outside on this back table is a list of the high holiday schedule. So that will also be in the newsletter that comes out this week, and it will be in the building pretty much from now on. But if you'd like a almost month heads up on the schedule, then take a sheet now and take it home with you. So you'll have the schedule for the high holidays. And with that, I would say we can turn to 187 and Adon 11.
The Labor Day.
That decision has not been made yet.
And I just want to thank everyone who helped me communion right at the very beginning for Baruch. That was really special. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Bo Yisir Livra V'Yesh Nasa B'Chetzro Kol Azay Melech Shemo Nikra V'Avarei Kifos HaKol Levado Yimloch Nora Ve'hu Haya Ve'hu Homer Ve'hu Yeh B'Tzifara Ve'hu Echad V'Yein Sheni Le'Hamshir Lo Le'Achbira Ve'li Reishit Ve'li Sachli Ve'lo Ha'oz Ve'Ha'Pisra Ve'hu Evi Ve'chai Go'ali Ve'Tzur Hevli Ve'Esara Ve'hu Nisi Umanosli Menas Bosi Ve'yom Ekra Ve'yarko Hafkid Ruchi Ve'esti Sham Ve'ayira Ve'ruchi Ve'yatsi Adonai Li Ve'lo Yira. Shabbat Shalom. 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 Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat 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 Shalom. Shabbat